Hi, everybody. Welcome to Hump Day. I'm Amy Swanson with June Cashmere, and I've been coming in the last few weeks in tandem with launching our brand new 100% cashmere yarn. Cashmere yarn. We have cashmere yarn. It's beautiful. Camel yarn. We have 5 colors and it's in DK weight. And the beauty about this is that the DK weight for our camel and our cashmere match. And so any patterns that we have for one or the other will work for both. And that's a really cool thing. So last week when I came to you, I said there was some interest in doing a vest, and I gave you a couple of sketches and what would you be interested in making? And you hands down picked the button vest. There were, some were saying they liked a little bit scoopier neck, or they said no sleeves added. We can do all those kinds of things. So even when the pattern is written and if it has little sleeve add-ons like this, you can leave them off, or we can work together on making this neck a little lower. So what we want is the basic pattern for fit, right? And all the sizes, and make sure that it works in the yarn, and that's what we'll have. And hopefully in the process in your knitting and in your growth of knitting, you'll come to find that you don't have to follow the pattern to the T. You get to add and subtract and make this garment. The goal is to make a garment you will wear and love. So that is the goal, my goal, anytime there's something we're working on together. I've been swatching and I loved the comments. Thank you for voting. You voted in the YouTube comments, you voted in emails to me. You talked about it on our knitting together. So I love that. Thank you so much. I love that. Your feedback is really important because, like I say, I want to design and make what you want, but then help you then tweak that to really get what you want. Here's what I was working on. In the little sketch, I thought here in the ribbing, maybe a little detail would be fun. I tried a couple different things. I liked this. So what I did on this little swatch was I used a size 5 needle for the ribbing, and that was just did a traditional purl one, knit one, purl one ribbing, and the wonderful Italian tubular cast on. Love that cast on with ribbing. And then size 6 needle for the stockinette part, the body. So what that does when you do a smaller needle for the ribbing, which patterns often do, that pulls in a little for the ribbing, so you can see you'll get a little blousier look with your vest. If we don't want that, that isn't exactly the straight vest here. But then I went back to a different swatch where I have a garment I want to do with this too. And I'm like, ooh, they could all sort of come out of the same thing. But I did a stitch through the back loop, knit one, purl one, ribbing on this. And that does give you that straight look. And it's the same size needle. And I'm like, yeah, I really like that. So I might change that to that. And then the thing about this is that you could add embellishments here or not. It can just be the plain stockinette, which is so beautiful. But size 6 needle is really what I love for the fabric it's producing here. The other thing I'm working on then, before I just get going, is what do I want to do with the button band? And I usually you do that on a much smaller needle still. So this is a size 4. And this is double knit fabric. So it looks like it's knit on both sides. Love, this is so clever. So easy to do and so clever. I tried a technique where you were making this and then you were attaching it at the same time as you were going. I didn't get very far, and maybe I didn't give it long enough. I don't know. I didn't really like how that finish was looking, the stitches in here. And I thought that is going to be really hard for people to make that look nice, I think. Also, it's kind of fumbly to have, like, you picked up stitches here and then you knit here, but then when you got to the last stitch, you would knit two together, so you'd attach it that way. It's kind of fumbly. Yeah. So if there's a separate button band it will look better sewn on. However, when you do this double knitting, you're getting a really thick fabric and it's a smaller needle. So you're getting even thicker fabric. So that by the time you get done with, the button band from both the right and the left side of the front of the vest, you will have technically four layers for the button band. And I don't know if we want that. So I'm going to probably I'm going to fish this and sew it on this much. And then I'm going to take out my bind off and keep going and try a button band where we're doing it at the same time. And I want to see how that looks. So there's still some things to figure out. If you have more ideas or comments or elements that you love and you would like to see incorporated into this pattern, just let me know. Comments, emails. I'd love it. Yeah, and we'll get something we all want to wear. So what else do we have? This weekend we're going to Yarn Market, and that is in Estes Park, Colorado. So my husband and I are flying out tomorrow, and we'll come back Tuesday. We'll have get there late, up to Estes Park late. Tomorrow's Thursday night. Set up Friday. And sell Friday night, I think. Saturday and Sunday, I'm giving talks, one on Saturday at 1 p.m. and one on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. The first one will be all about using cashmere in your making, and the second one will be about camel. So we've got all that going. And then we added one extra day so we could either relax or maybe we'll go on that mountain drive right there at Estes Park, the National Park Drive, if it's open and we're able. And we did that many, many years ago, and that was pretty amazing. You see so much wildlife. So there's that. Now at Maryland Sheep and Wool, I actually soft launched this brand new camel. And so that's just, is that even a month ago? And then I also had our cones there, but I wasn't sure yet. Like I've been knitting swatches and it's amazing for knitting and that's coming soon. But it was really intended to be a dual product for weavers to use as warp or weft and for knitters for finer knitting. And so before I could launch this on the website, I really needed to make sure that this was going to be strong enough and do what it needed to do for warp. So my wonderful friend, Scott Hanratty, who has designed many of our woven patterns, he took the camel and he put it on the warp, and guess what? He did all the colors. It works beautifully. So if you're at Estes Park, you'll get to see this and yeah, learn all about this and see how beautifully this works. And then I'll be talking about this a whole lot more when we're ready to get it on the website, which is soon. So I hope if you're in Colorado, you can join us this weekend. And I'm also hoping that I could record next week's Hump Day from there to give you little glimpses of what the market's like. My apologies ahead of time if I cannot do that. So, the shows can be really busy and it can be hard to find time to look around. And so, but I'm going to try. It's on my list of tries. Nonetheless, I'll be back to you next week, Hump Day, Wednesday. If you aren't on our website, I'm sorry, if you aren't subscribed to our newsletter, you can go to our website. And at the bottom of each page, there's a little word that says join, and that's where you can sign up. I do a Friday newsletter every week, and I try to make that fun and interesting. Also on Wednesdays, I've been coming in to remind that when Hump Day videos are up and ready to see if you're so inclined. And then, yeah, if you like the little video, hit like. If you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, I'd love that. And then I hope to see you soon. So if nothing else, next week, Hump Day, and I'll be settled in then for the summer. I don't have another event until Flock in Seattle in early August. So I'm hoping then to do some of these live, and that will be fun to get to see you and talk to you. And otherwise, have a wonderful week. Happy knitting, find joy, and I'll see you soon and hopefully I can see you at SD Spark this weekend. Bye, everybody.